Friends, there are three ways to know anyone's mind, but it is very important to understand these three triangles. If you understand these three triangles, you can easily know and understand anyone's mind. So let's understand this through a Buddhist story, how you can know and understand the minds of others. Long ago, there was a small village. In that village, two brothers lived. The elder brother was blind, so he always sat at home. And the younger brother used to do farming. But due to the arrival of more animals in the fields, all the crops were destroyed. Due to this, the younger brother was very upset. Then he thought of a trick. One day he thought, why not take the help of my elder brother to drive these animals away from the fields? After all, the elder brother is blind. If he sits in the field and when the animals make noise, he can scare them away by shouting loudly, which will save our crops. So I will make him sit in the field. After thinking and considering all this, he prepared a small hut in his field and made his blind brother sit in this field and said to him, "Brother, if you hear any noise of any animal, you shout loudly. Hearing this, those animals will run away from here and our crops will be saved from being destroyed." The elder brother listened to his younger brother's word and started living in the field from that day. Whenever he heard the sound of any animal, he would immediately start shouting loudly, scaring the animals away from his fields. After doing this for many days, one day a deer came running into his field and broke the fence of the field and escaped from there. But chasing this deer, a king also reached the field. Then the king saw the blind brother. The king said to that person, "Look, I have come here chasing an animal. Did you see this animal here?" To this, that person said, "O king, I am blind. How can I see any animal? But I can definitely tell you that the animal that has escaped from my fields is not worthy of you. You are wasting your time behind it." Hearing the words of the blind person, the king was very surprised. He started thinking that this man is blind. Then how does he know that the deer I am looking for is not worthy of me? Then the king said to the blind person, "Are you not lying to me? On the one hand, you say that you are blind, and on the other hand, you also say that the animal that has escaped from here is not worthy of me." To this, the blind person said, "O king, what you are thinking is a deer. It is not a deer, but a doe, and she is also pregnant. And as far as I know, I have never heard of any king hunting a pregnant doe. And that's why I am telling you that this doe is not worthy of you. Don't waste your time behind her." Hearing this, the king was even more surprised. He started thinking how this blind man could know this. He could tell from the doe's lips, from her movements, from her behavior, what was going on in her mind. Based on this, we can know anyone's mind. But I am blind, I cannot see, so I have seen through behavior. If I want to know something, I have to give that person something to eat. But the way that person eats, the way he eats, based on that, I can tell what is going on in his mind. Then the king said, "Does this mean that I can also know anyone's mind?" To this, the blind man said, "Yes, Rajan, you can also know the mind of any person, but before that you have to calm your mind. You have to bring your mind to the present. When we focus our mind, bring our mind to the present, then we can know the mind of others. Because that person is still thinking in his mind in the present, and we must also bring our mind to the present. Only then can we know his mind. If we are lost in the past events, then we will not be able to know what the other person is thinking in the present, what he is talking in his mind. Because we are lost in the past events. Therefore, to know anyone's mind, first of all, we have to focus our mind, bring it to the present." Then the person said to the king, "O king, the three methods I am going to tell you, you can easily know anyone's mind through these three triangles." After that, the blind man said to the king, "O king, the first method is to pay attention to the eyes. While talking to a person, look at his eyes. If the other person has made a mistake, just like when we look into the eyes of a guilty person, you will know that there is a language in his eyes, a very straightforward and easy way. If you want to find out if the person in front of you is lying or telling the truth, it is very important to pay attention to his eyes. If while talking to you, that person is moving his eyes here and there, up and down, here and there, right and left, everywhere, it means that he is looking for a way to get out of that conversation. He is making a lie. If the person in front of you is trying to lie to you, he will not look you in the eye. He will look here and there, up and down, but he will never be able to look you in the eye because he is afraid that if he looks you in the eye, his lie will be caught. And people will know the truth. And similarly, there are some other languages as well. When you look someone in the eye and start looking at his expressions, just like facial expressions, through which we can easily understand the mind. And it is also very important to understand them. Sometimes a person behaves differently through his face, such as eyes, lips, and many other things. If you observe a person's face, you can easily understand whether that person is sad, very happy, or has a very big sorrow. We can know all these things from his facial expressions, whether the person speaks from his tongue or not, but you can know everything from his face. Further, the person tells the king the third method, saying, "O king." Similarly, there is also a third language, that is, the third method, and that is hand gestures and body behavior. To understand the mind, we must understand hand gestures and body behavior. When a person speaks, you must have seen that he moves his hands. If you understand these three triangles well, we can very easily know anyone's mind with great ease and simplicity. Therefore, if you want to know anyone's mind, you have to carefully see and understand his eyes, his face, his body gestures, and his hands, so that you can understand what is going on in his mind and what he is thinking. But before that, you have to focus your mind, calm it down and bring your mind to the present. Only then will you be able to pay attention to these actions of that person, understand them. Otherwise, if you are busy in past events, future plans, then you will never be able to focus on that person's expressions, nor will you ever be able to understand what is going on in that person's mind. What is he thinking? You must have seen that there are many great saints who look at you with great peace and tell you what is going on in your mind just by looking at you. And the biggest reason for this is that they can read you, they can understand you, they can know your mind because their mind is focused, calm, and this is the reason why they understand your mind very easily. If you have heard the whole story till now, I want to make a small request to you. Please subscribe to this channel so that I can bring you more such knowledge-filled stories. Sukun Namo Buddha. We will meet with a new story in the next video.